Hey, good morning. Welcome. Thanks for joining me. Pop in and say hi when you get here. Let me know you're here. I got a big, busy day today. Got a lot of stuff going on. A lot of stuff going on. So, I hope you hang out with me for a little while. We'll talk about it, talk about other stuff too, see what's going on. Good morning, Julie Cole Guthrie. You gonna hang out with Luna and I today? Get your tea leaves read? Do you remember where she's at? Lunch break with Luna? Lunch break with Luna. She does it every Wednesday, life allowing. She's on every Wednesday. And she usually does card readings and just pulls cards. Good. Good morning, Julie Lindsay. Welcome. So she usually does card readings, but last week she got a tickle in her cap and she said, you know what, I think I want to do some tea leaf readings. And so she offered to do 4, and I was watching her show, and I offered to come over and help her drink tea. I didn't offer to come over and help her do tea leaf readings, and boy, she took me up on the offer to drink tea with her, but in order to drink the tea, I also have to read the leaves. So we're going to do that today. We're going to have some fun. And Julie Cole Guthrie, you were watching, good morning, Sheila. You were watching Luna last week, Lunch Break with Luna, when she offered to do the tea leaf readings, and you jumped on the chance. And I have you down on my list. She's got you down on her list. So maybe we'll flip her for it and see. We were at the Half Price bookstore the other day, and she picked up a set of oracle cards or tarot cards. They're just beautiful Russian gypsy cards. Beautiful, beautiful set. And she said, you wanted these. Hi, Insomnia Doodle. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome. Thanks for popping over. So she says, I know you want these cards. And I said, yeah, I want these cards, but I know you want them too. And they seem to reflect Luna. They just look like her. And so I said, I'll tell you what, I'll flip you for it. And she said, oh, I don't know. And I said, yeah, it won't be so bad at all. If you land on your head, you get them. If you land on your butt, I get them. And she looked at me. She looked at me so crazy. So we went out shopping Monday. This is Wednesday. Must have been Monday. We went out shopping around and bought some tea for today. She said she was asking for your list when I volunteered. That's right. Of course, I've been looking forward to catching you live. Thanks, Insomnia Doodle. That's cool. I appreciate that. So it's going to be a really big day for little sister in my world. I'm really looking forward to going live with Lunch Break with Luna, doing a few tea leaf readings. Something that she's very passionate about that, and I just have a little bit of understanding about it. So she is my Reiki master too, by the way. So she's got a lot of tricks up her sleeve. Beautiful lady, a lot of fun to be around. What kind of tea did we get? Oh my gosh, we got some lemongrass tea. We have oolong. We have some hibiscus. We have, we got so many different kinds of teas. Where's my tea box? Oh, I see it. Sorry, I know. Even the camera. So I went to the dollar store yesterday and I bought this cute little box. Dream little dream. Dream on dreamer, I guess that's what it says. Because gotta have something to put all this tea in. Well, wait, there's more. There's my cup. She's got a cup like this too. This was our solstice cup. We welcomed the solstice in together. So this is what I'm bringing to the mix. We've got some lemongrass, of course. We've got chamomile, of course. That's always a staple. We've got some beautiful hibiscus. Hibiscus tea is so fruity. Hey, Daniel, thank you. It's very, very fruity. This is oolong. Love oolong tea. It's really my favorite. And we have I picked up these really cool amber crystals, and all it is raw sugar crystals, but they're cool. They're great to chew on when you get a sweet tooth. There's the lemongrass. Oh no, excuse me, that's St. John's wort. St. John's wort. This is more oolong, Iron Goddess oolong tea. We have more hibiscus, and we have more chamomile. And then she has probably 20 varieties. She has a lot of varieties of tea. So, excuse me. So I'm really looking forward to doing this. Hey, Julie Cole, welcome. So we have a Colette here with us today too. Good morning, Colette. Welcome. So I got my cards out today, and I have quite a few different cards. I mean, as far as my my reading cards go. Postcards from Spirit kept jumping out at me, but I'm really pulled to do a reading from, hey, Colette's in Liverpool. Welcome, Liverpool. Welcome. I'm really pulled to do a couple of readings today from The Oracle of the Dragon Fae by Lucy Cavendish. Love this deck. Love this deck. And you guys really resonate with it very, very strongly. So this is what they're asking me to read from. So we're going to do it. Across the pond. That's right, Julie Cole. You guys are so much fun. So much fun to hang around with. So what else is going on today? Today I'll be doing meditation this evening at Midtown Kava down on 39th Street. If you're in for a nice midweek pick-me-up, join me there. I think the first week or two, because I'm going to do this every Wednesday for the next 6 weeks, right, Sheila? Oh, on the cards. Oh, my gosh. Wait till... Insomnia, I'm going to pull a card for you. I'm going to pull one for you. This is your card for the day. So I'll be doing leading meditation every Wednesday night for tonight for the next 6 weeks. And I think somewhere along the way, we're going to do some past life meditation. Yeah, I'm going to teach you how to do that. I'll teach you how to connect with your spirit guides in meditation, connect with your ancestors, how to do a meditation for the corners. So that'll be a good time. Insomnia, this one is yours. Are you ready? Let me know if this resonates with you, okay? Because these cards are just absolutely amazing. Oh, I like this one. I really do. This is a very, very loving card. Very loving card. This is Gaia and her dragon. Sorry, I'm getting a flash off the screen there. Oh, dadgummit, that's too bad, Colette. Dadgum, I'm sorry about that. We're having a storm today. We're having a thunderstorm. So if it keeps freezing, come back to me whenever I post it. After the live, I'll post it up, and at least it'll go through, and you won't have a bunch of frozen spots, okay? Because I don't want to stop this morning. 37. I got to find page 37 and tell you about Gaia's dragon. This is such a loving card. Divine union is what it speaks of. Gaia and her dragon speak, and they say, you're a spiritualist medium. Nice, Colette. Nice, Colette. And you, Insomnia says, I'm unfamiliar with its meaning, though. Let me tell you. I gotta put my glasses back on. I get my glasses this week, I think. My glasses I'll be able to see on the screen and see on here at the same time. So I'm happy about that. Hear our voices, male and female, coiling through and around each other as we speak as one. We are Gaia and her dragon, and we are one being, though separate, just as your divine union will be. Think of the beauty of lovemaking with a partner, the harmony and balance, the yielding and the chase. That which we represent through our perfect union is the divine marriage, the blissful soulmate experience that so many beings long for. True marriage does not mean becoming the same being. Look at how apparently different we are. And yet, within that is protection and care, fertility and new growth, heaven and earth joined together. Is the sky the same as the earth you walk on? No, but look at their harmonious relationship. In exactly the same way, your divine union will not be one with one who is the same as you, but you will, when brought into divine marriage and perfect balance, provide each other with a home and unity and love. And you will bring out what is best within and without each other. The dragon loves and protects Gaia, and Gaia adores her dragon, who is heaven and who will bring forth new life as the result of this union. You are loved and have on this planet and within the celestial realm a perfect and divine partner. Beyond history, past lives, and future lives lie this divine union. It is and will be yours. So if you've got a love in your life, that was for you, Insomnia. So let me know if it rings true with you, if it sounds familiar. That was a beautiful card. Good morning, beautiful Freya. Good morning, love. Wow, what a card. Now, see, that does speak of divine union and finding your soulmate and finally being at peace and knowing that this one life that was brought in to be with you, is your forever love. Is your forever love. But it also could mean other things too. It doesn't have to be about a relationship. It can be about a new beginning, a new job. If you take out the romantic part of Gaia and her dragon, because that's a pretty stinking romantic card. All right, let me see what we got here. Insomnia. So my partner and I have been together 9 years now, but we both recently talked about having a ceremony next April on our 10th anniversary. Said I'm incapable of childbirth, but we're both nurturing people who care for abandoned animals when they cross our path. You are a wonderful human being, Insomnia. Just because you cannot bear children doesn't mean that you cannot freely give love and give life. You give life through the love that you give to each other and that you express through caring for other beings. That is a perfectly beautiful thing to look forward to. So yeah, that card was definitely for you. That card was definitely for you. Nice. Well done. Well done. All right, I'm going to pull a couple more because it just feels right today. It feels right. Usually I only read... Nice. You're welcome. I feel like just pulling cards today. Usually I just read 3 and, Spirit does whatever Spirit does. And today Spirit's like, pull some cards. Let's have some fun. It's Wednesday. It's hump day. We're halfway there. Halfway to the weekend. Okay, somebody claim this one. This is Gwen and Eulish. Excuse me. Gwen and Eulish. It's very playful. 16. The thing about these cards, the thing about the Dragon Fae, the Oracle of Dragon Fae, is that these are oracle cards. And so with an oracle deck versus a tarot, oracle decks, you can choose one card. If you have a question or if you just want direction, choose one card and it will speak to you. If it doesn't complete the thought or completely answer your question, then you pull a second card. But you usually don't need to pull more than 3. It's not about past, present, future with oracle cards. It's about the here and now and what you need to know right now to help you forward for your highest and greatest good. So like for insomnia, for instance, that tells me that Spirit is absolutely celebrating this beautiful union, this divine union that's coming about. And Spirit is celebrating this with her and him and them and allowing them to be elevated to a spiritual union much deeper than a physical union. And so, yeah. So that's that's just pretty stinking cool. I love that card. Gwyn and Eulish. Sheila, it looks like you're going to claim this one. Gwyn and Eulish speak as one, and they say, "Dear one, never be surprised at the ways in which your connection to the mother and to the earth are being birthed into this world. If you are experiencing prophetic dreams, sift through the images and messages and know that all of the insights are worthy of attention, most especially your own. The inner world and the earth's magic are both speaking to you and wishing for you to answer. Do this by connecting with your own inner self. We know that you are searching for answers that are indeed within you, and that the path that you are walking is not easy under your feet. We will all return to her, the great goddess, our mother, the earth. She wishes for you to reconnect with her in simple, pleasant, and joyful ways. Friends and food, laughter and love. Do not fear your own true self, your intuitive self. There are many words that people use for the truth of who you are, which can lead to confusion, and there's been fear and suspicion seeded into your minds, which can lead to your mistrust. Know that your true magical self, that you are a being. Know from your true magical self that you are a being of magic, with a unique blend of earth, air, fire, and water magic making up your spirit. You're receiving messages, and yes, you can also hear them, just as we hear each other's thoughts before they've even developed into words. In time, you will come to understand these silent ways of communicating and know the truth of your belonging to the old ways. Know that all beings, plants, animals, and etheric, have so much to share with you, and that you are never alone." Nice. Nice. You are never alone. You're never alone. And that's something that I can definitely attest to. Spirit, working with spirit guides, and just knowing that it doesn't matter. We aren't ever alone. We've always got somebody standing right here beside us. I shake my head sometimes because I'm like, how can you be bored in this world? How can you say, God, I'm bored? I'm so bored today. Boredom comes from a boring mind. Boredom comes from not being able to figure out something or invite something or invent something or whatever in your mind. Boring thoughts come from a boring mind. So don't be boring. Don't be bored. Get out there. Find stuff to do. Every now and then my grandkids will say that's bored, and I'll just look at them real thoughtful and say, that's interesting. And they're like, what? Oh, yeah, thank you. Thank you, Insomnia. Said, it's such a comforting thought. This is why I love this whole practice so much. I am so very, very spiritual. I'm such a spiritual person, and I connect so easily with my spirit guides. And I connect all the time. It's not just once in a while. I ask them everything. We talk about everything. You know, if I'm curious about what someone is saying on YouTube, for instance, because remember, they go with the vibrations, the words that we speak, they hear them very clearly. All right, Carl, you got it. Carl Perry said, I would love a card. You want to know a little bit about my guides? Sure. I have English is my oldest and dearest guide, and I probably recognized him when I was about 3 or 4 years old. Recognized that he was somebody that was separate from me, but wasn't physical, because I could hear, I could see things that he would put in my mind. I would see that what he was trying to explain to me, and I would hear what he was saying. I would get it just like that. So that's English. English is my doorman now, though. I gave all of my guides have a job, and I think all of the guides who are with you, each one of you, also have a job. English is my doorman. He doesn't let any spirit, any unwanted or earth-based spirit energy. I don't hear all the nonsense that a lot of people who are very sensitive hear. And that's because he doesn't allow him to come in. He keeps an eye. And he only allows me to connect with who I am seeking to connect with. And I don't ever get random spirit jumping in. So that's a blessing. Grandmother was my grandmother on earth, and she crossed over in about 1980. And some time ago, she came back and just started hanging out with me, and I realized finally that she must be one of my guides. And she is actually the guide who connects me with other spirit or other spirit guides. When I'm doing a reading, for instance, it's grandmother that I'm working with. I'm also a Reiki master. And when I do my Reiki, it's body, mind, and spirit. I have 3 guides that I work with strictly with Reiki, and that's Yoshashan. She's my body. She's the mender of the body. Anya is the one who works with the mind. She's the one who reintegrates the mind. And Faye is the mender of broken spirits. So those are my 5 guides. English, my doorman, grandmother that connects me with the other spirit guides to let me give messages for your highest and greatest good. And then I have my Reiki guides, 1 each for body, mind, and spirit. And I truly do believe that each one of us have at least one spirit guide that comes into this physical plane with us that remains in spirit, and that's our direct contact to source. That's our connection. You know, they really are. Insomnia said, I'm fairly new to the concept of guides. I receive a lot of inspiration that seems to come out of nowhere, so I've been suspicious that this might actually be the work of a guide of some kind. 100% agree with you. Usually, our spirit guides connect with us through our intuition and our imagination. When we're able to integrate our intuition and our imagination, then we allow ourselves to create pictures of whatever it is that we're trying to understand or the message that we're trying to get through. That's why some seers who connect with spirit get a lot of picture images, a lot of flashes of images. Others hear, like I, for instance, hear spirit when they speak. It's like they're talking behind my ear, not into my ear. It's back here. So I hear them, and I get the pictures that they send me. And so combining these 2 things together, but you have to have that integration between your imagination and your intuition. And once you do that, you can receive all these messages and know. I mean, because I understand what you're saying. You receive a lot of inspiration from out of nowhere. They do tell us, if we ask, like, I wonder what I did with my keys, bam, you get a picture of your keys laying on the bathroom sink. Whenever you put them on there, they slid behind the soap dish, and so you're not going to see them unless you're looking for them. So you go in the bathroom, and right there behind the soap dish, your keys slid when you tossed them on the counter. You just intuitively know things. You know when somebody coming at you is coming at you for your highest and greatest good, or for their deceit, their deceitful pleasures. If they're trying to use you or get something out of you, or if they're just not in integrity, you know it automatically, and your spirit knows to put a boundary up and stay away from those. Oh, you ask all the questions you want to, Insomnia. That's what we're here for. We talk a lot about this. And Colette says, I do have 3 guides, but I change guides every now and again. They don't like me getting comfortable. I know my mom and dad are guides. That's very cool. Like with my grandmother, of course, my dad crossed over back in February, and I truly don't expect him to be an actual guide for me, but I do expect him to help direct me in my life. Now, your guides will come. You will receive more guides throughout your life when you get to specific parts of your life that needs help, that needs the specific attention of a specialist. Got to send in the specialist, so in comes another guide. And you may get the messages, you may receive messages from these new guides, but not really understand. Like you may feel the energy is different, but your spirit is also telling you that the energy is correct and true, and for your highest and greatest good. And once you get comfortable, your guides are in your life for your highest and greatest good, to help direct you to where you need to be. If you have energies in your life that really are not practicing or not encouraging you to do things, or not giving you gifts, like presenting you with opportunities, because who do you think are pulling those strings to get those opportunities going for you? It's your guides. It's your angels. It's those spirit beings, those ancestral spirits who are trying to help get you where you need to be. So if you have energies in your life that are hindering you from being where you need to be, those are the ones that you want to let go of. Those are not for your highest and greatest good. Because you could be someone, I do feel like you're very sensitive and clairvoyant, but not only clairvoyant, Colette, you also are a very intuitive channel. You're just a wide open channel. And a channel, okay, if you're as old as I am, then you remember before we had cable, we had UHF and VHF. You had, the channels on your TV. And when you would go to a channel that, like channel 13, for instance, or maybe channel 8, that didn't have a airway station, a television station using that bandwidth, you'd get the snow, right? We are like that. That's what we are. We are that snowy channel that's a wide open bandwidth that is receiving information from spirit. And so if you are someone who is constantly bombarded by different spirit energies, then your channel is wide open and you don't have it guarded. And if that's the case for you, I would suggest that you do some meditation and you find out how to assign one of your guides. Get familiar with them. You don't have to know their name. You can assign a name to them that you're both comfortable with. Use a pendulum to communicate with them. That way you have your solid yes or no answers, because we're physical beings. We need those tactile answers. We need those physical answers. And so when you use a pendulum as a tool of communication for your spirit guide, the first thing that you do is you dedicate, and it can be anything. A pendulum can be anything. It can be a pendant. You just take your pendant off and hold your necklace. Just drape it over your finger. Hold out your gun. Got your gun, right? Hold out your gun. This is how you hold your pendulum. And so this is grandmother. So I'm going to ask, are you with me, grandmother? She'll give me circles, and she usually gives me 3 circles. And then she'll give me a positive answer, which is a yes. And grandmother, can you please show me a negative answer? Can you show me a no? No is generally side to side for me with her. And since I can dedicate this pendulum, dedicated it to grandmother. This is for grandmother, my spirit guide. I don't communicate with anybody else except for with her through this pendulum. And you know what? I have a pendulum for every one of my guides. They're nothing fancy, you know, I just found a rock, really liked it, asked if they wanted it. They said yes. I wrapped it up, put it on this was a necklace. And she likes pearls. And that's another thing too. You use like pearls or silver, any natural element. Nickel doesn't really generate that well, and what it's doing is it is by generating, I mean, doesn't conduct the information well. You know, coppers are great at conducting, so they love coppers to wrap the pendulums with. So try to use natural things is what I'm saying, natural elements. 59, so yeah, you remember that wide open channel, don't you? A lot of people who do not know, and Carl, I'm still going to pull your card for you. I haven't forgotten you, darling. A lot of people do not know who their guides are. But you can be assured, I believe, that when we came into the earth and became physical, we came with a spirit guide, someone who was our best friend, our partner, who agreed to stand with us, staying in spirit, because as physical, we see this much. We very much have blinders on. We never see what's going on around us, and we sure as hell don't see what's going on behind us. We're just not that observant. Spirit, on the other hand, they look out and they see everything. They see every possibility, everything that could go wrong, everything that could go 1,000% right. And they will direct you to going down that 1,000% right path. And how do you connect with your spirit guide? And I say things like by raising your vibrations. You know, well, how in the heck do you do that? You just pray. You ask. And you don't have to believe in any religion. Man, I am the farthest person from religion that I know. I do not dig religion. But I do dig spirituality. Very, very spiritual. I say my good morning prayers every day, and I welcome, you know, the Father, the Creator. I welcome the Mother, who's the earth, who sustains our life. Without the earth, we have nothing. And so she is like a mother to us. Because if you consider that the Creator, Father, and in everything in life there's balance, there's a duo, there's balance. And so with the Father, the Creator, you have the Mother who sustains our lives. Just like the mother who bears a child, who sustains that child's life on breast milk. The mother sustains our lives because everything that we have, everything that we consume, was created of the earth, from the earth. And so how can we not give regard to the one who sustains our lives? That's not any kind of putting any kind of gods before any other gods. It's not anything like that. It is giving regard where regard should be given. Then I give thanks and I give honor to my spirit guides. I thank them for standing with me. I offer that I offer that I'm there, that I can be their vessel every day. So Insomnia says, is your other chat in a Facebook group, some place where I can check it out? Yeah, you can find me at Little Sister of the Earth on Facebook, at Spirit Talks #2. I've been doing this morning show for 2 years now, and so I've got about 250, 300 videos, probably 300 videos or more, that are just archived on my page, and you're always welcome to go back, hit the video section and just hit on one. Some of them are very, very good. Some of them are very crazy. Some will make you laugh so hard, especially the time we cleaned out the wrong RV that we thought we bought. That was the funniest damn story. All right, let me read some of these. Colette says, I did an EVP and I got the name of my guide because I kept seeing ravens all the time. 2 of them, and there were not many around here, so I got a confirmation from an EVP. That's fantastic. And see, I've been asking my guides, I ask them everything. I really do. I mean, we talk about the aliens in the sky. We talk about star beings a lot because I want to know about them. They'll tell you anything, and if you use your pendulum as a tool to communicate, you got that answer. And, I mean, it's right there in your face. You can't deny it. I hear it here. I see it here. And then I have that physical confirmation. Makes it easier for me to want to communicate more with my spirit guides. It really does. So you got your confirmation from an EVP, and I think that's very cool because I asked English one time we were in a conversation, and I asked him if he would come through on an EVP if I could hear his voice, and he absolutely said yes, he would. He was just so excited for me to get a spirit box or some kind of a something. Yeah, religion and ritual. Well, you know what, though? Let's say religion and spirituality, because religion has a lot of ritual to it. Religion has a lot of ritual to it. And if you ever been to a pagan ritual, let's say Lammas is coming up. And so if you get the opportunity, Insomnia, if you get the opportunity to go to a public Lammas ritual, I suggest go. It's the celebration of the first harvest. There are 3 harvests that we celebrate. Lammas is the first harvest, and then it goes on to the New Year, which of course is Halloween. So the witch's wheel of the year follows the seasons and the cycles of the planting cycles, planting and harvest, and then rest. And where the Julian calendar just follows the 30-day month. But in the witch's calendar, New Year is on Halloween. And it makes sense that fall would be the last season of the year, because then when snow comes, it's a blanket that covers the earth as she sleeps. So we sleep. So yeah, I agree with you. They do confuse religion and ritual, but it's more religion than spirituality, because ritual is all over the religion. And a lot of it's very pagan ritual too. Very pagan ritual. And she says, so excuse me, Insomnia, I'm sorry, I don't know what your gender is, so I apologize if I'm mixing you, but says, even complete atheists have some form of ritual, even if it's just a quiet moment with their morning coffee. Some people are just more in tune and detailed in their rituals than others. Absolutely. Absolutely right. Julie said, y'all should have seen me running into the office, shoes in hand. Oh, man, is it storming on you? You guys are so cool. Thank you so much for popping in with me. Oh, yeah. If you ever get a chance to, just do, because people misunderstand. I do not consider myself Christian. I don't consider myself Wiccan. I don't consider myself witch. I consider myself to be very, very pagan in my beliefs. My beliefs are so earth-based and so spiritual. I just believe, that religion is a box that we get put in. And the word sin is the lid on our box. And it's what keeps us down and keeps us in fear and afraid to go out and explore and find out that there really is more to this beautiful world than the box that we've been put in. And, because that box is deadly. It really is. That religion box, people are so stifled by their religions and by their social order of their religion, family. If you've got a very strong Catholic family and they expect you to be a priest or a nun, because that's what they expect you to do. One of you guys are going to be a priest. One of you guys are going to be a nun. So you better start figuring it out between you and let me know pretty soon so I can start grooming you for that box. And then all of a sudden, you who were supposed to be the priest or you who were supposed to be the nun decide to bust out of that box and see what else there is. Tear your family apart. Thanks, Insomnia. So yeah, your family will tear you apart. They'll tear your heart out for disgracing them, for not, and go to hell. Oh my God, are you ever going to go to hell? And then you'll never be able to spend the rest of eternity together. Holy crap. How much worse can it get? Wow. So I stay out of that box. I really do. And I encourage other people to stay out of it too. Carl, you deserve a card today. All right, here we go. Carl, this is for you. Oh, now, this is a very gender feminine card. It's heavily feminine, but I want you to listen to the words that they're going to give you because I believe that it is absolutely a perfect message for you, Carl. This is the Lady of the New Buds. Lady of the New Buds. I can't imagine being a loving person either and telling someone that they're going to hell. You know what my guides say about hell? My guides are telling me, because I ask them, I want to know. My guide said to me, do you believe that God is love, that the Creator created you out of love? 100% love, nothing else, nothing but love? I said, absolutely. Of course. Well, they said, well, then do you believe that every living being on earth, every living being, every tree has a spark of God in them, a spark of that love within them, that pure unconditional love that is God? I thought about it for a second. I thought, absolutely, yeah, I do. I do believe that. And he said, then why would you condemn any part whatsoever of God to hell? How can you condemn God to hell, even if it's just the tiniest spark of unconditional, unblemished love? And so I thought about that, and I really thought about it because I thought, that's freaking deep. That's freaking deep. And so I said, you can't. So they went farther on to explain to me that hell is part of the box that religion puts us in, and it's part of the fear, because people are afraid to die, and so they delve into that fear and they make it a little longer and a little stronger. Said, we use hell as a control, but also we use hell as a judgment. It's our judgment. See, if you were to believe that each one of us created our own lives, that we wrote out, we made a plan of how we wanted to live our lives before we became physical. That with that, we chose our best friend, our best partner, our soulmate, to be our spirit guides in this physical earth, because we can't do it alone. And if we considered that somebody had to agree whether we were going to be the adversary, the villain, the victim, the healer, the thinker, whatever path we chose this time for our life, whether it was the adversary or the victim. And I really like to stress that, because I believe that we each come back to this earth so many times in the physical, and we come back to learn and to be different aspects of self. And we all have that villainous aspect. We all do. And so at some point in some life, we all had to be the villain in our life to learn how to control that aspect, or to learn how to embrace and love that aspect of self. So somebody had to approve of that, definitely somebody higher than me, whether it was my spiritual council of elders or whether it was God himself, who said, poof, man, when you decided to be the villain, you decided to go all in, didn't you? All right, if you want to be the adversary in somebody's life, but, don't get carried away and don't get lost in being the adversary. Don't get lost in being the villain, but go be the best villain you can be. Because this is your life and this is how you designed it, and there has to be an adversary in every perfect world. So when we judge, when we say, man, that's going to hell, that's our judgment. That's us putting that on them. That's our judgment. That's human. So I do my best to not judge. Carl. Man, I'm glad you're hanging in there with me, buddy. I really am. Carl, Lady of the New Bud, says to nurture tenderness. This is also a very deep statement, this reading. So stay with me. The Lady of the New Bud speak. She says, see how my garden grows about me? See how my children, the darling buds, clamor for my attention? They cry at night and can be so touchy during the day. I must shelter them from the harshness and keep them in a safe place until they're strong enough to branch out. But even then, my watchful eye will look after their care. You see, so many people see the beauty and do not understand where it sprang from. The rich, loamy soil, the sweet water poured from the water dragon fae into this earth, the minerals of the natural realms, the light of the sun, and the shining sweetness of the crystal moon have all anointed my garden with their blessings. And then there is me. So many see my garden and wonder at it, but they do not see the work and the care that has preceded my domain. Its beauty is a result of love, care, natural growth, and attention to each and every one of its inhabitants. When your growth appears around you from the seeds that you've planted, take some time to tend this garden. Enlist the assistance of like-minded souls, and just as you would not feed these tender buds poisons and pollutants, do not feed your ideas the opinions and energies of those who are not in integrity. Stay true to the version of your creation and truly take a little bit of time each day to tend this garden, be it a garden of love, ideas, little ones, or creative endeavors, until they are robust and begin to grow into their own energy. For now is the tender time, the time when the buds are most at risk from the frost of rejection, the poison of judgment, and the choke of cruelty. Be vigilant, and you too will have a garden for all to enjoy and love. Many will feel that you are fortunate indeed, to have created such a beautiful Eden, but they will not see the care that you have taken to grow this. But I have seen it all. Nice. Hola, Lulu. Hola, welcome. So, what What a statement. What a deep, deep reflective card for you, Carl. And I hope that it rang true with you. I really do. I hope that it rang true with you. Let me know. Pop up there. Tell me what you think. If you're confused about it, because sometimes the words are kind of flowery in these, and it's hard to read through the lines, but all right, I'm going to pull one more card. I'm going to pull one more just for the heck of it. And I want whoever wants it, claim it. Claim this card. If you feel this card is calling out to you, then you claim it. Got to shuffle them a little bit. Insomnia said that message resonated with me as well. Beautifully written. They are beautifully written. This is probably one of my very favorite decks. One of my very favorite decks is the Oracle of the Dragon Fae by Lucy Cavendish. So, check it out. Check it out. I love going to Half Price Bookstore. I really do. And that is probably, I think that's where I got this deck from. Half Price Bookstore. ¿Cómo estás? What's this? What's this? Oh, here we go. Here's the gift of the day. Time Guardian. Colette said that's spot on for Carl. Nice, nice, nice. I'm glad. The Time Guardian. Anyone can pick this card. Choose this one for you for the day. This is the Time Guardian. Time Guardian says you have time. You have time. Time is something that we all worry about, isn't it? I mean, there's never enough time. You have to get there on time. You have to have time or make time. If you don't have it, you got to make it. Always worrying about time. Time Guardian says you have time. The feeling you have of time contracting and expanding are real insights and not simply your imagination. Time is a living, dimensional being whose powers include the ability to devote more time to those of us who require it, and for time to speed up or slow down when it may be necessary to. In this way, we are able to divine and travel through the threads and weavings of time and move forward into seeing our future. In truth, we're already there. Much of who we really truly are remains an echo. The time beings of the Dragon Fae, of who I am one, know this and guard and protect you from the confusion. Similarly, they can assist you when you require time to be created. If you feel that you are short of time, send a thought message to me, the guardian of time, and I will send you all the help you need to meet your goals within the time that you feel you have. Know that time is available to work for and with you. You need only tune in to the dimensional reality and connect with the time beings. Call upon me to create the time that you need, and call upon me when you wish to speed time up too. Traveling will take a shorter time. Time will expand to assist you to meet the deadlines for pressing tasks, and arriving on time will be perfectly simple and easy no matter the apparent obstacles. Above all, know that you are a timeless being. That's so pretty. Know that you are a timeless being. Know that you are dimensionally vast and that you are protected, cherished, and loved by the Time Guardian. From this time forth, you will become the time traveler that you were born to be. This is part of your inheritance. This is part of your inheritance. That's pretty cool. So let me tell you a little bit about time. I do believe that time can be manipulated, and I'm not talking about traveling back and forth in time. I'm not talking about that. But I am talking about slowing it down if you need it to be slowed down. If you're late for work, say you've got to be there in 8 minutes, and where you are on the freeway is going to take you at least 10 minutes, but now there's an accident up ahead and it's going to be at least 15 minutes. So you've got twice as much time it's going to take you to get there than you have to be there. You're going to be late. Can you call on the time beings? I think you can. I think there are energies of time that you can call on and ask directly. Just say, hey, whoever's in charge of time right now, can you slow this down? Get me to where I need to be. I need at least another 5 minutes. I need at least another 8 minutes. Give me that 8 minutes. And then believe in the power of your intention to allow yourself to have that other 8 minutes. You have to believe in the intention, and I think that's everything. And I'm not talking, intention is everything. Nice, Colette. Thank you for that. Thank you. Colette said that she knows Carl, he is her best friend in the UK. I think that's awesome. So time, believing in and understanding that time is not set by what that clock says. It's really not. It's really not. And why do I say this? Because I've done it. I have done it. I really have. Pardon me. I'm so sorry. I really have done it. I have asked because I had to be there. And not just one time did this happen to me. I don't do it often, but whenever I need more time, if I'm going to be late for an appointment that I really can't afford to be late for, better bet I'm calling on those time beings. I'm calling on the time guardians. I'm calling on whoever the protectors or the keepers of time is and asking them, please, stretch this out, slow this down, give me more. Or take it away, get this over with so I can move on. I know that's a big one. To grasp. It really is. And it'll make you go, Do I really want to listen to this girl talk? Nah, you don't have to. But just know that when you're thinking within the constraints of the box, then you're limited in everything that you do. It is only when you choose to break loose out of the box, no matter what box you're in, it is only when you choose to break loose from the box that true freedom and true understanding. I mean, you just kind of get these insights, these little downloads, people call them, downloads of information, and you're like, oh my God, that was right in front of me this whole time, and I never saw it for what it truly was. That's really all it is? I thought it was a lot worse than that. I thought it was huge, and it turns out to be this big. I can step right over that, no big deal. But when you're in that box, boy, you can't see anything except for those stop signs and those walls. So break free of the box and expand your thoughts, expand your horizon. Think the wildest thought that you can think, and then intend to create it. Intend on that to be true. You want to find a box of coins out in your yard? Imagine that box of coins and feed that box of coins in your mind and know every detail about that box of coins. You never know. You might just manifest that box of coins. When you think outside the box, when you stand outside the box, the horizon is limitless. You are limitless. You are truly limitless. You just have to see it, and you have to know it. I know it. I know you're a limitless being. I know that you are a spiritual being experiencing a physical reality so that your spirit can grow and evolve. I know that you can do anything that you see yourself doing. Anything. If you have never done it before, but you ask yourself, do you think we can do this? Close your eyes. If you can see yourself doing it, then you already know how. At some point in one of your lives past, you've done that very task. And so instinctively, you know how to do it. You're limitless. All you have to do is see it. All you have to do is see it. All right, let me pop back over here to chat one more time. Julie Cole said, I know this is off subject, but wanted to share. Okay. Been seeing things out of the corner of my eye, and I thought I saw a child running across the room when I was in bed. I said my granddaughter's name, but nothing. I got up and looked, and nobody was there. And last night, I heard someone on the stairs, and I asked who was down there. No answer. Things are really changing. Wow. You really, Sheila says, I have been too. So that's very interesting. Julie, is this a new home for you? Did you just recently move, like in the past 3 or 4 months? I don't think you've been here too terribly long, have you? And I could be wrong. I could have you confused, but for some reason I was thinking that you were in a new place. Yeah, because that just sounds like activity. Sounds like you got a lot of activity going on in your mind. But recently we were doing a reading, we were talking, we were sharing something, Julie, and I remember saying to you that everything is changing within you metaphysically. Your spirit is growing, your energies are growing. I don't remember exactly what it was, to be honest with you, but I do remember the conversation, and I do remember talking about changes coming. So, interesting. We'll keep that. Yes, you did. Yeah. Well, they're trying to get your attention, and if you've recently moved into this home, I think they've finally gotten comfortable enough with you to start coming out and exploring getting to know you. Because I do feel like it's an active energy. I don't feel like it's a residual. I don't think it's a repetitive haunting, or energy, to where they just do they repeat the same motion over and over and over again. They're always doing the same thing. I think this is very active and aware of its surroundings. You feel like somebody is watching you, yeah. Yes, Sheila says, I keep seeing 555. I know change is coming. Julie feeling like somebody's watching her because your house is active. It really is. I mean, it's just, I can almost see, what I see is a young female energy, a child ghost. I see like a boy, a young man, teenager, early 20s, between 18 and 20, I would say, a young man. And then another female that is close to that age, and then there's a couple of others too that are older. So you've got every generation in that house. You have about 3 generations of energies in that house, seriously, because I feel like there's grandfather or uncle. Julie said, yes, I live with my son and recently just moved my room to the basement. I think they were very careful upstairs because I was in the grandkids' room and they don't want to scare them. I know they can see me. Yeah, absolutely. So, okay. At least and the thing is that if we are aware and we accept things that can possibly be, it's not near as frightening. It's not near as frightening if you know what's coming. Doctor comes to you and says, hey, gotta do some exploratory surgery on you. Got some things we might want to take out. I don't think we got anything to put in, but we'll probably take a couple things out. Not really sure what that's going to be yet. Let you know when you wake up. Gone sleep now, it'll be okay. You don't want to do that. You know, scares the hell out of you if you don't know what's coming at you. Doctor says we're going to go in and take a look around, and if your appendix don't look too good, we'll probably go ahead and take those out while we're there because you don't really need it, and why take a chance? So we'll probably take out that appendix while we're in there looking around. That's it. It's probably all we'll do. Nothing serious. If anything serious is going on, we'll wake you up and talk about it first, and then we'll get back to it, okay? Go sleep now. Much more easy to rest, huh? Much more easy to go to sleep. Okay, Insomnia said, about to make my first pot of tea for the day. Said something about being on a show talking about the tea readings before. When and where is that going to be? That is on Facebook. And the page is called Luna and Asta. Or, excuse me, I think it's Christian Witches, Luna and Asta. And it is called Lunchtime with Luna. I think it's called Lunchtime with Luna. Gosh darn it, I forgot. Julie, are you still with me? Do you know if that's correct or not? Lunchtime with Luna. I can't remember. But Luna and Asta, Christian Witches, that is her page. And we will be on at 12 noon, which is 3 short hours from now. There are 8 people that had previously, from last week's show, had asked to be down for a tea leaf reading for today. So the 8 readings that we're going to give at noon, from noon to 2 today, they've already been taken. You guys are so hopeful for me. Think I'll share the link? I'll do my best to share the link. Oh, Julie, that's right. Julie Cole's, one of her spirit guides is Archangel Michael. And so I can see, you're right, where they'd be a little trepidatious in making their presence known. Yeah, I would be too. See that flaming sword. Oh, goodness sakes. Okay, guys. I will do my best to post up a link to Christian Witches, Luna and Asta. I really will. I'm so bad about doing that stuff. I really will do that. And then this weekend, Saturday and Sunday at the VFW Post, and I was thinking that it was 5982. It's in Lee Summit, Missouri. They are having a KC Mystic Fair. I will be there this weekend doing Reiki and readings. So if you're in the Kansas City area, got nothing better to do, come out and say hi to me, please. Love to see you. Somebody said, if I'm meant to be there, I'll be there. And you're right. Yeah, if it's what you're meant to do. Spirit will always put us where we are supposed to be, no matter what. So, wishing for you more of everything that's beautiful. I wish for you a day filled with laughter and light and answers to all the questions that you're seeking. I wish for you more. Just more. Brightest blessings. Have a beautiful day. Love you all so much. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I always enjoy your time. You do need to come down for a weekend, Julie Cole. Give me a holler when you do. See if we can't make your stay a little more comfortable. Guys, have a beautiful day. Have a beautiful day, really. Love to you.